Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamadhirayet Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavatottama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtake Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandana Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Canto 4, Chapter 9. Dhruva Maharaj returns home. Maitre Uvacha Taevamutsana Bhaya Urukrame Krutva Vanama Prayuyustri Vitsapam Sahasrashirshapi Tato Garutmata Madhurvanam Mritya Didrakshaya Gataha. The great sage Maitreya told Vidura, when the demigods were thus reassured by the personality of Godhead, they were freed from all fears, and after offering their obeisances, they returned to their heavenly planets. Then the Lord, who is not different from the Sahasrasirsha incarnation, got on the back of Garuda, who carried him to the Madhuvana forest to see his servant Dhruva. सवैधिया तीव्रया हृत्पद्मकोशे स्फुरितं तडित्प्रभं तिरोहितं सहसवैपो सहसैवोपलक्ष्य बहिस्थितं तत् अवस्थं ददर्श. The form of the Lord, which was brilliant like lightning and in which Dhruva Maharaj in his mature yogic process was fully absorbed in meditation, all of a sudden disappeared. Thus, Dhruva was perturbed and his meditation broke. But as soon as he opened his eyes, he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally present, just as he had been seeing the Lord in his heart. तद्दर्शनेनागतः साद्वत्सः हृषिताव अवन्दताङ्गं विनमय्य दण्डवत् दृग्भ्यां प्रपश्यन् प्रपिबन् इवार्भकस् चुम्बन् इवास्येन भुजै इवाश्लिषन्. When Dhruva Maharaj saw his lord just in front of him, he was greatly agitated and offered him obeisances and respect. He fell flat before him like a rod and became absorbed in love of Godhead. Dhruva Maharaj in ecstasy looked upon the Lord as if he were drinking the Lord with his eyes, kissing the lotus feet of the Lord with his mouth, and embracing the Lord with his arms. सतं विवक्षन्तम् अतद्विदं हरिर् ज्ञात्वास्य सर्वस्य च हृदयवस्थितः कृताञ्जलिं ब्रह्ममयेन कम्बुना पस्पर्श बालं कृपया कपोले. Although Dhruva Maharaj was a small boy, he wanted to offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in suitable language. But because he was inexperienced, he could not adjust himself immediately. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being situated in everyone's heart, could understand Dhruva Maharaj's awkward position. Out of his causeless mercy, he touched his conch shell to the forehead of Dhruva Maharaj, who stood before him with folded hands. सवै तदैव प्रतिपादितां गिरं दैवीं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः तं भक्तिभावोऽभ्यगृणात् असत्वरं परिश्रुतोरुशवसं ध्रुवं क्षितिः. At the time Dhruva Maharaj became perfectly aware of the Vedic conclusion and understood the absolute truth and his relationship with all living entities. In accordance with the line of devotional service to the Supreme Lord, whose fame is widespread, Dhruva, who is the future, would receive a planet which would never be annihilated even during the time of dissolution, offered his deliberate and conclusive prayers. ध्रुव उवाच योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरः स्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वद्आदीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. Dhruva Maharaj said, "My dear Lord, you are all powerful. After entering within me, you have enlivened all my sleeping senses, my hands, legs, ears, touch, sensation, life force, and especially my power of speech. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto you. एकस्त्वमेव भगवन् इदम् आत्मशक्त्या मायाख्ययोरुगुणाय मद्हद् आद्यशेषं श्रुत्वानुविश्वपुरुषस्तत् असद्गुणेषु नानेव दारुषु विभावसुवद् विभासि. My Lord, you are the Supreme One, but by your different energies you appear differently in spiritual and material worlds. You create the total energy of the material world by your external potency, and after creation, you enter within the material world as the super soul. You are the supreme person, and through the temporary modes of material nature, you create varieties of manifestation, just as fire, entering into wood of different shapes, burns brilliantly in different varieties. त्वद्दत्तया वयुन येदम् अचष्टविश्वं सुप्तप्रबुद्ध इव नाथ भवत् प्रपन्नः तस्यापवर्ग्य शरणं तव पादमूलं विस्मर्यते कृतविदा कथमार्तबन्धो. O my master, Lord Brahma is fully surrendered unto you. In the beginning, you gave him knowledge, and thus he could see and understand the entire universe, just as a person awakens from sleep and visualizes his immediate duties. You are the other, yes, you are the only shelter of all persons who desire liberation, and you are the friend of all who are distressed. How, therefore, can a learned person who has perfect knowledge ever forget you? नूनं विमुष्टमय मतयस्तव मायया ते ये त्वं भवाप्यया विमोक्षणम् अन्यहेतोः अर्चन्ति कल्पकतरुं कुणपोपभोग्यम् इच्छन्ति यत् स्पर्शजं निरयेऽपि नृणाम्. Nrinam. Persons who worship you simply for sense gratification of this bag of skin are certainly influenced by your illusory energy. In spite of having you, who are like a desire tree and are the cause of liberation from birth and death, foolish persons such as me desire benedictions from you for sense gratification, which is available even for those who live in hellish conditions. या निवृत्तिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मध्यानाद् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि नाथ मा भूत् किं त्व अन्तकासि लुलितात् पततां विमानात्. My Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda, wherein one thinks himself merged in the impersonal Brahman as one with the Supreme. Such Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental bliss derived from devotional service. Then, what to speak of temporary blissfulness of elevating oneself to the heavenly planets, which is ended by the separating sword of time? Although one may be elevated to the heavenly planets, he falls down in due course of time. भक्तिमुहुः प्रवहतां त्वयि मे प्रसङ्गो भूयात् अनन्तमहताम् अमाला शयानां तेनाञ्जसोल्बनम् उरु व्यसनं भवाब्धिं Nesye bhavad gunakathamritapanamattah. Dhruva Maharaj continued, O unlimited Lord, kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly, as the waves of a river constantly flows. Such transcendental devotees are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. By the process of devotional service, I shall surely be able to cross the nascent ocean of material existence, which is filled with the waves of blazing fire like dangers. It will be very easy for me, for I am becoming mad to hear about your transcendental qualities and pastimes which are eternally existent. तेन स्मरन्त्यतितारां प्रियम् ईशमत्यं ये चान्वदः सुतः सुहृद्गृहवित्तदाराः ये ते ये त्वब्जनाभ भवदीय पदारविन्द सौगन्ध्यलुब्धहृदयेषु कृतपसङ्गाः. O Lord, you have a lotus navel. If O Lord, who have a lotus navel, if a person happens to associate with a devotee whose heart always hankers after your lotus feet, seeking always their fragrance, he is never attached to the material body or in a bodily relationship to offspring, friends, home, wealth, and wife, which are very, very dear to the materialistic persons. Indeed, he does not care for them. तिर्यन्नगद्वया सरीप्स्रदेवदैत्यामर्त्यादिभिः परिचितं सदसद्विशेषं रूपं स्थविष्टम् अजते महदाद्य अनेकं नातः परं परं वेद्मि न यत्र बाधः. My dear Lord, O Supreme Unborn, I know that the different varieties of living entities such as animals, trees, birds, reptiles, demigods, and human beings are spread throughout the universe, which is caused by the total material energy, and I know that they are sometimes manifest and sometimes unmanifest. But I have never experienced the supreme form I behold as I see you now. Now all kinds of methods of theorizing have come to an end. कल्पान्त एतदखिल जठरेण गृह्णन् शेते पुमान् स्वदृग् अनन्तशखस्तद् अङ्के यन्नाभिसिन्धुरुह काञ्चनलोकपद्मा गर्भेद्युमान् भगवते प्रणतोऽस्मि तस्मै. My dear Lord, at the end of each millennium, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, dissolves everything manifested within the universe into his belly. He lies down on the lap of Seshanaga. From his navel sprouts a golden lotus flower on a stem, and on that lotus Lord Brahma is created. I can understand that you are the same Supreme Godhead. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. त्वं नित्यमुक्तपरिशुद्धविद्बुद्ध आत्मा कूटस्थ आदिपुरुषो भगवतां त्रिअधीशः यद्बुद्धि अवस्थितिम् अखण्डित या स्वदृष्ट्या खण्डित sorry त्वं त्वं नित्यमुक्तपरिशुद्धविबुद्ध आत्मा कूटस्थ आदिपुरुषो भगवतां स्त्री अधीशम् अधीशः यद्बुद्धि अवस्थितिम् अखण्डितया स्वदृष्ट्या दृष्टा स्थिता अधिमको व्यतिरिक्त आसे. My Lord, by your unbroken transcendental glance, you are the supreme witness of all stages of intellectual activities. You are eternally liberated. Your existence is situated in pure goodness, and you are existent in the super soul without change. You are the original personality, full with six opulences, and you are eternally the master of the three modes of material nature. Thus, you are always different from the ordinary living entities. As Lord Vishnu, you maintain all the affairs of the entire universe, and yet you stand aloof and are the enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices. यस्मिन् विरुद्धगतयो हि अनिशं पतन्ति विद्यादयो विविधशक्तया आनुपूर्व्यात् तद्ब्रह्म विश्वभवम् एकम् अनन्तमाद्यम् आनन्दमात्रम् अविकारम् अहत् prapadye. My dear Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. Your multi energies are continually manifest, but the impersonal Brahman, which is undivided, original, changeless, unlimited, and blissful, is the cause of the material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. सत्याशिषो हि भगवतं sorry सत्याशिषो हि भगवंस्तव पादपद्मम् आसीत् तथानुभजतः पुरुषार्थमूर्ते अप्येवमर्त्य भगवान् परिपाति दीनान् वाश्रेव वत्सकम् अनुग्रहकातरोऽस्मान्. My Lord, O Supreme Lord, you are the supreme personified form of all benediction. Therefore, for one who abides in your devotional service with no other desire, worshipping your lotus feet is better than becoming king and lording it over a kingdom. That is the benediction of worshipping your lotus feet. To ignorant devotees like me, you are the causelessly merciful maintainer, just like a cow who takes care of the newly born calf, supplying milk and giving it protection from attack. Maitrevacha अथाविष्टुत एव वै सत् सङ्कल्पेन धीमता भृत्यानुरक्तो भगवान् प्रतिनन्द्यद्य अब्रवीत्. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, when Dhruva Maharaj, who had good intentions in his heart, finished his prayer, the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, who is very kind to his devotees and servants, congratulated him, speaking as follows. भगवानुवाच वेदाहं ते व्यवस्थितं हृदि राजन्यबालक तत्प्रयच्छामि भद्रं ते दुरापम् अपि सुवृता. The personality of Godhead said, My dear Dhruva, son of the king, who have executed pious vows, and I also know the desire within your heart. Although your desire is very ambitious and very difficult to fulfill, I shall favor you with its fulfillment. All good fortune unto you. नान्यैरधिष्ठितं भद्र यद्व्राजिष्णु ध्रुवक्षिति यत्र ग्रहर्क्ष्य ताराणां ज्योतिषां चक्र आहितं मेध्यां गोचक्रवत्स्थाश्नु परस्तात्कल्पवासिनां धर्मोऽग्निकश्यपः शुक्रो मुनयो ये वनौकसः चरन्ति दक्षिणीकृत्य ब्रह्मन्तो यत्सतारकाः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead continued, My dear Dhruva, I shall award you the glowing planet known as the pole star, which will continue to exist even after the dissolution at the end of the millennium. No one has ever ruled this planet, which is surrounded by all the solar systems, planets, and stars. All the luminaries in the sky circumambulate this planet, just as bulls thread around a central pole for the purpose of crushing grains. Keeping the pole star to their right, all the stars inhabited by the great sages like Dharma, Agni, Kasyapa, and Shukra circumambulate this planet, which continues to exist even after the dissolution of all others. प्रस्थिते तु वनं पित्रां दत्त्वागां धर्मसंश्रयः षड् षट्त्रिंशद् वर्षसाहस्रं रक्षिताव्याहतेन्द्रियः. After your father goes to the forest and awards you the rule of his kingdom, you will rule continuously the entire world for 36,000 years, and all your senses will continue to be as strong as they are now. You will never become old. भ्रातरि नष्टे मृगयायां तु तं मनाः त्वद्भ्रातरि उत्तमे नष्टे मृगायां तु तन्मनाः अन्वेषन्ति वनं माता tavagnim sa pravekshati. The Lord continued, sometime in the future, your brother Uttama will go hunting in the forest, and while absorbed in hunting, he will be killed. Your stepmother Suruchi, being maddened upon the death of her son, will go to search him in the fire in the forest, but she will be devoured by a forest fire. इष्ट्वा मां यज्ञहृदयं यज्ञे पुष्कलदक्षिणैः भुक्त्वा चेहाशिषः सत्या अन्ते मां संस्मरिष्यसि. The Lord continued, I am the heart of all sacrifices. You will be able to perform many great sacrifices and also give great charities. In this way, you will be able to enjoy the blessings of material happiness in this life, and at the time of your death, you will be able to remember me. ततो गन्तासि मत्स्थानं सर्वलोकनमस्कृतम् उपरिष्टाद् ऋषभ्यस्त्वं यथो नावर्तते गता. The personality of Godhead continued, my dear Dhruva, after your material life in this body, you will go to my planet, which is always offered obeisances by the residents of all other planetary systems. It is situated above the planets of seven rishis, and having gone there, you will never have to come back again to this material world. Hare Krishna. Okay, so thank you. Let's begin looking into this chapter, the success of a sadhaka. We can see. In fact, here Maitreya is saying that tat evam utsanna bhaya. So, utsanna bhaya means being freed from all fears. There are few good qualities or few list of good qualities that Dhruva Maharaj has demonstrated and have attained ultimate success. One was the determination. The second one here we can see is fearlessness. Yes, and Urukrame, unto whom then he was so much Krita, Avanamaha, they offered the obeisances. So, the worship of Saharsa Sirsha refers to the personality known as Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Although Lord appears as Kshirodakashai Vishnu, he has been described here as Sahasra Sirsha Vishnu because he is not different from Garbhodakashai Vishnu. So it means, according to Sri Rupa Goswami in his Laghu Bhāgavata-sevayā, Sahasra Sirsha, personality of Godhead who appears at the time, was incarnation known as Prishnigarbha. Uh, he created the planet known as Dhruvaloka for the habitation of Dhruva Maharaj. So, who is Prishna Garbha, the son of Prishni and Sutapa? Uh, and so Krishna is addressed. And then the Lord appears as Upendra, son of Atidi and Kashyapa, and appears as Krishna, son of Devaki and Vasudeva. So, in this, we can see the Lord who appeared uh, and blessed Dhruva Maharaj is none other than Sahasra Sirsha, who is Prishnigarbha, who is also Kshirodakashai Vishnu. So there is no difference. Sometimes we may think, oh, different names, different persons, or different personalities. It is same, the Supreme Lord, because all Vishnu Tattvas are transcendentally, unlimitedly powerful. The form of the Lord, which was brilliant like lightning and in which Dhruva Maharaj, in his mature yogic process, was fully absorbed in meditation, all of a sudden disappeared. This is in Brahma Samhita, it's meant Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, means a saintly person who has developed love of Godhead. Premanjana, love of Godhead. When his eyes are anointed with such a love of Godhead, then what happens is always sees the Lord's transcendental form of Shama Sundara. This Shama Sundara form of the Lord within the heart of a devotee is not imaginary. When a devotee becomes mature in his prosecution of devotional service, he sees face to face the same Shama Sundar he has thought of during the entire course of his devotional service. So sometimes when we are doing japa, this question is coming like, okay, should I focus my attention on the form of the Lord or sit in front of the deities? Yes, if that can add on your own absorption towards the Lord. But otherwise, the holy name, the sound vibration is also an incarnation of the Lord. And when we carefully listen to the mantra when we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, with full absorption, yeah, that is enough. And what else? If at all facilitates us to become more and more absorbed in the smarana process of the Lord, without disturbing from absorbing ourselves with the sound vibration of the Lord, then that's okay. Mm. So here we can see it goes further. When Dhruva Maharaj saw his Lord in front of him, he was greatly agitated. And in fact, here in the description, we can see that looked upon the Lord as if he were drinking the Lord with his eyes, kissing the Lord's feet, lotus feet with his mouth, and embracing the Lord with his arms. So he fell flat on the doing the dandavat, and he was undergoing ashta. What do you call this? Vikara. So this vibhava, anubhava, satvika bhava, vyabhichara bhava, sthai bhava. These are 8 transcendental symptoms found in the body during ecstasy, and all of them are possible only by a mixture of the above mentioned 5 ecstatic divisions. So this we can see. The bhava stage is manifested by 8 transcendental symptoms, namely inertness, perspiration, standing of hair on end, falling in, failing in the voice, choking of voice, trembling, paleness of the body, tears in the eyes, and finally trance. These are the 8 symptoms, transcendental symptoms. Of course, one need not imitate this, like Sahajiyas, but when one experiences this, then he comes to this bhava, anubhava, sattvika bhava, and vyabhichari bhava, sthai bhava. These are different levels of the bhakti. So this is you can see, and this is not the ordinary sound vibration. In the purport 4, it's mentioned this transcendental inspiration is called Brahmamaya, because when one is thus inspired, the sound he produces exactly corresponds to the sound vibration of the Lord, of the Vedas. This is not the ordinary sound vibration of this material world. Therefore, the sound vibration of the Hare Krishna mantra, although present in the ordinary alphabet, should not be taken as a mundane or material. Hmm? And then after that, Dhruva Maharaj became perfectly aware of the Vedic conclusion. How? Just by the touch of the Lord. When the Lord touched Dhruva with the conch shell that he had in the hand, and just because of that touch, all the Vedic conclusions have revealed by itself to Dhruva. In accordance with the line of devotional service to the Supreme Lord, whose fame is widespread, Dhruva, who in the future would receive a planet which would never be annihilated, offered his deliberate and conclusive prayers. So, in the purport, there are many important items to be considered in the verse. So, if one wants to note, it's the 5th one. First of all relationship First of all, the relationship between the absolute truth and relative material and spiritual energies he is here understood by a student who has complete knowledge of Vedic literature. So, the third requirement is having a knowledge. It's not a blind faith, but developing a thorough, sound understanding of Vedic literature. Dhruva Maharaj never went to any school or academic teacher to learn the Vedic conclusion, but because of his devotional service to the Lord, as soon as the Lord appeared and touched his forehead with his conch shell, automatically the entire Vedic conclusion was revealed to him. Point 1. That is the process of understanding Vedic literature. One cannot understand it simply by academic learning. The Vedas indicate that only to one who has unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord, as well as in the Spiritual Master, is the Vedic conclusion revealed. Uh, so the secret here lies in what? The mercy of the Lord and the mercy of the Spiritual Master. The mercy of the Spiritual Master opens the doors when one is engaging in sushruta, in submissive service unto Him. And here We can see Dhruva Maharaj, yeah, what did he do? Did he serve Narada Muni? In the case of Dhruva Maharaj, what he did was he just took it, the instructions of his guru as his life, and then he just went to the forest. According to what he said, to go to Madhuban along the banks of Yamuna, he took the path there and he started doing sadhana after installing a earthen form of the Lord. This is what is done. So he indeed has followed, and he didn't go to any Gurukula before. The Vedas indicate that only to one who has unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord as well as in the spiritual master. Prabhupada makes it very clear that one just may think that, oh, yes, I think it's all about the Lord. If the Lord is pleased, then life is successful. What is the need of a guru's pleasure? What is the need to actually serve the guru? Here we can see the faith in the Lord and how to understand what Lord desires, how to understand what Lord's plan is for us. It is through Guru. So Guru plays an important role in our life. The way, and then the example of Dhruva Maharaj is that he engaged himself in devotional service to the Lord according to the order of his spiritual master. As a result of his rendering such devotional service with great determination and austerity. Hmm. So the qualities that Dhruva Maharaj is showing. So in order that we can be successful in our spiritual endeavor, in our sadhana, and attain ultimate goal of life, going back to home, back to Godhead, it is possible when we have a guru, uh, and we have faith in such a guru, and we follow, not just faith, but we also follow his instructions with determination, fearlessness, and the third quality, which is austerity, means really giving ourselves to it. Dhruva was only a child. He wanted to offer nice prayers to the Lord, but because he lacked sufficient knowledge, he hesitated. But the Lord's touch was enough. This is the secret. It's not that with our hard earned efforts we can really please the Lord. Yeah, of course, we can show that we are sincere and serious in our efforts to please the Lord, but in fact, it is the Lord who, out of His causeless mercy, blesses us success. That conclusion is based on a proper understanding of difference between Jiva and Paramatma. The only prayer worth offering are those offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose reputation is spread far and wide. In order to fulfill his desire, the Lord had already created a planet known as Polestar, Dhruva, which was never to be annihilated even at the time of dissolution of the universe. Dhruva Maharaj attained this perfection not by acting hastily, but by patiently executing the order of his spiritual master, and therefore he became so successful that he saw the Lord face to face. So again, going to a recap of understanding the process to success. So in order to be successful in our endeavor to attain the ultimate goal of life, to go back to Godhead, what we see from Dhruva Maharaj pastime is that uh, um, a complete, unflinching faith upon his guru, Narada Muni, and following his instructions. And he was very much determined and was very austerious, with a very yeah, strict in terms of his eating and sustaining. And in fact, he stood on one leg, and he has absorbed in yoga, completely absorbed in meditating on the super soul. And this we can see here that it is possible by executing patiently what the orders of his spiritual master, and therefore he became so successful that he saw the Lord face to face. To glorify or offer prayers unto the Supreme, one needs the Lord's mercy. One cannot write to glorify the Lord unless one is endowed with His causeless mercy. So, two aspects in this fifth verse we can see. And Dhruva Maharaj now he recites, glorifies the Lord. After entering within me, you have enlivened all my sleeping senses. Let me offer my respectful obeisances. In fact, Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his song, he addresses himself. Oh, living entity, get up, Jeev Jago. How long shall you sleep on the lap of Maya? Now you have opportunity of possessing a human form of body. Now try to get up and really realize yourself. See, that's the power of following acharyas. He's saying the Vedas also declare, get up, you have the opportunity, the boon of human form of life. Now realize yourself. A mundane person cannot offer any prayer or glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he has no realization of Vedic conclusion like us. Therefore, when Dhruva Maharaj found this difference within himself, he could immediately understand that it was because of the causeless mercy of the Lord. In fact, in this part, we can see the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is first addressed to the spiritual energy of the Lord, Hare. This spiritual energy acts when a living entity fully surrenders and accepts his position as an eternal servitor. So, some tips of improving uh, our japa is to understand we are not just chanting, or we are not just opening our mouth and we just say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No, we are calling Hare. It is a expressional, it's a call to the Lord. This spiritual energy acts when living entity fully surrenders and accepts his position as an eternal servitor. When a person places himself at the disposal or the order of the Supreme Lord, that is called Sevan Mukha. Sevan Mukha, at the time, at that time, the spiritual energy gradually reveals the Lord to him. So, what happens is Sevan Mukhe Jihvado. When one um, has this faith and executes devotional service, then Sevan Mukhe, the Seva, the devotional service enables one to be able to sing the name of the Lord, and then the Lord dances on the tongue. Without revelation by the spiritual energy, one is unable to offer prayers glorifying the Lord. Any amount of philosophical speculation or poetic expression by mundane persons is still considered to be the action and reaction of material world. We may see some in that way. And then in the beginning, the senses are engaged by the direction of the spiritual master and Shastra. And after realization, when the same senses are purified, the engagement continues. The difference is that in the beginning, the senses are engaged in a mechanical way, but after realization, they are engaged in spiritual understanding. The role of spiritual master is helping us to go from a autopilot to a really deeper understanding of what we really are doing. It is not a mechanical job of chanting the holy name, but Guru is helping us with some um, wisdom of appreciate the holy name, the transcendental vibration sound of the Lord, and then with that beginning the realization that they are engaged in spiritual understanding awakens. Hmm. Then we move on. Oh, Dhruva Maharaj is saying, Lord Brahma is fully surrendered unto you. In the beginning, you gave him knowledge, and thus he could see and understand the entire universe, just as a person awakens from sleep and visualizes his immediate duties. So we can see, in fact, this is not that Dhruva Maharaj is saying, in fact, Brahma himself is saying that I am not the Supreme Lord, that I am just doing a secondary creation, Visarga. But main Sarga, the primary creation is done by the Supreme Lord. And for the secondary creation also, it is that he is empowered by the Supreme Lord. In the purport, it says, one may sleep at night and perform his duties in the daytime, but as long as he does not come to the platform of working in spiritual enlightenment, he is considered to be always sleeping. Huh? What does that mean? Though we are awake, though we are able to see with our eyes, hear with our ears, and perceive with our senses, but still we are sleeping. Why? Because our understanding everything what we are seeing is in the context of body, in the context of matter, in the context of material energy, where we are um, we feel we are connected to. Hmm. So a devotee therefore never forgets. When it comes to a devotee, what happens? He is seeing things as they are. A devotee therefore never forgets the benefit derived from the Lord. The Lord is addressed here as Artha Bandhu. Artha means one who is distressed, Bandhu means friend, a friend of the distressed, like Dina Bandhu, one who is poor, one who is very pathetic, uh, um, one who doesn't has anything. Dina Bandhu, the Lord is shelter or friend of them. Artha Bandhu is referred. The devotee in perfect knowledge cannot forget his obligation to the Lord at any moment. So, when we go further, we see the person who worships. Dhruva Maharaj is saying, you simply, for the sense gratification, for this bag of skin, are certainly influenced by your illusory energy. Uh, Anyone can have whatever he desires from the Lord, but people in general do not know what kind of benediction they should ask from him. Just like one whatever we want we may get, but is it good or not? Is it Shreya or is it Priya? Happiness derived from the touch of skin or sensuous happiness is present in the life of hogs and dogs. Such happiness is very insignificant. If a devotee worships the Lord for such insignificant happiness, he must be considered devoid of all knowledge. So let's understand what is very important for us, that we don't waste our energy, we don't over endeavor for things that we really don't need. Maybe need for a while, maybe need for certain levels, but not. The most important is the building the or rebuilding the relationship with the Supreme Lord. He says, my Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond Brahmananda. In fact, we can see the transcendental bliss derived from devotional service, primarily from Shravanam, Kirtanam, hearing and chanting, cannot be compared to the happiness derived by karmis by elevating themselves to the heavenly planets or by jnanis or yogis who enjoy oneness with the Brahman. So Brahmananda stage is attained when one is coming to this merging in impersonal Brahman. In the purport, Prabhupada is saying, yogis generally meditate upon the transcendental form of Vishnu, but devotees not only meditate upon him, but actually engage in the direct service of the Lord. So it is not just absorbed only in remembering the Lord, and no, one is actually engaging in service, maybe arranging flowers, cooking for the Lord, doing the deity service, these kind of things. Uh, so the position of karmis is more degraded. Their aim is to elevate themselves to higher planets. Higher planet. Yanti Deva Vrata Devan, persons who worship the demigods are elevated to heavenly planets. But elsewhere in Bhagavad Gita, we find what? Kshine Punya Martya Lokam Visanti. So once the piety, once the punya is gone, consumed, then one comes back to Mritya Lok, planet Earth. So, yeah, I can't go into all the details because of time, but there is also this explanation about Vimana. Uh, Dhruva Maharaj appreciated that the result of the devotional service are far more valuable than merging into the absolute truth or absolute or being elevated to heavenly planets. The word patatam, vimanat are very significant. Vimana means airplane. Those who are elevated to heavenly planets are like airplanes which drop when they run out of fuel. Hmm. It went for Dhruva Maharaj glorifies anyone who is trying. I mean, anyone who is trying to be aloof from this Krishna consciousness society, and yet engage in Krishna consciousness is living in a great hallucination. For this is not possible. What does that mean? The significant position. So the significant point in Dhruva Maharaj's statement is that he wanted the association of pure devotees. Very important. In fact, this is what is Dhruva Maharaj is asking. Of course, if you remember, Dhruva Maharaj went out his home uh, in pleasing the Lord to get the highest position where he can stay above even Lord Brahma, not only his father, the position of above Brahma. But here, the same Dhruva Maharaj is saying, kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly, as the waves of river constantly flow. What is the why? Such transcendental devotees are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. By the process of devotional service, I shall surely be able to cross the nascent ocean of material existence, which is filled with the waves of blazing fire like dangers. And devotee association has the power so that we can easily, it will be very easy for me, for I am becoming mad to hear about your transcendental qualities and pastimes which are eternally existent. So here, what Dhruva Maharaj, after attaining success, is asking benediction is, "Oh Lord, please give me the association of devotees." Why? Because in their association, I will get improve my taste for doing devotional service. Why? Because they are very pure and they will be absorbed in Kathamritam. It is said, Bhakti mumuh pravahatam tvayi me prasango bhuyat ananta mahatam amalasayanam yena jasolab सोल्भम मनम उरु व्यवसानम भवाब्दिम नियस्ये भवद गुण कथामृतपानमत्ता. Mattha means mad. Why? Because such pure devotees are mad of hearing your glories again and again, and they relish us so much. And here it said, we therefore established, Prabhupada is writing, we therefore established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And a big disclaimer or a warning is, anyone who is trying to be aloof from this society and yet engage in Krishna consciousness is living in a great hallucination, for this is not possible. Why? This is what it clearly says, that Prabhupada has established the Krishna consciousness movement so that one can take the limbs and take the signs of how to practice it thoroughly and attain success. But if one thinks, no, 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 I don't need a guru, I don't need to take up to Krishna, why should I associate to a society? I can be fully independent, I can only deal with the Lord. Prabhupada says it's a great hallucination. From this statement by Dhruva Maharaj, it is clear that unless one is associated with devotees, his devotional service does not mature. It doesn't become distinct from material activities. Lord says, Satam prasangat mamavirya samvido bhavanti hrit karna rasayana. Only in the association of pure devotees. This is what Kapila Muni instructs to Devahuti. What is that? Satam prasangat. All the devotees are absorbed. Satam prasangat mamavirya. My great glories. Samvido bhavanti hrit karna rasayana. So they are absorbed, and this nectar is flowing into their heart through the ears. Only in the association of pure devotees can the words of Lord be fully potent and relishable to the heart and ear. Dhruva Maharaj explicitly wanted the association of devotees. That association in devotional activities is just like the waves of incessantly flowing river. And again, Prabhupada, that's in our Krishna consciousness society, we have full engagement 24 hours a day. Every moment of our time is always busily engaged in the service of the Lord. This is called incessant flow of devotional service. I'll conclude this purport further. And so, the purport of this statement of Dhruva Maharaj is that devotional service in association of devotees is the cause of development of further devotional service. I remember once when His Holiness Jayadvaita Maharaj asked a question, what will you get when, what is the result, or what will you get by doing service? The answer is that you get more service opportunity. Usually we may think, I'm doing service for my peace of mind, for my spiritual progress. No, service will give us eligibility to do even more service. And that's possible in the association of devotees. By devotional service only one is elevated to the transcendental platform Goloka Vrindavan, and there also there is only devotional service. Even if one goes to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, still the service it is same. Example of a mango can be given here. If one gets an unripe mango, it is still a mango, and when it is ripe, it remains the same mango. Hmm? But it has become more tasteful and relishable. Similarly, there is devotional service performed according to the direction of the spiritual master and the injunctions and regulative principles of Shastra. And there is devotional service in spiritual world rendered directly in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they are both the same. There is no change. The difference is that one stage is unripe and others is ripe and more relishable. It is possible to mature in devotional service only in the association of devotees. Hare Krishna. I mean, I've covered till verse number 11, the purports, and maybe I'll mm, cover the remaining purports tomorrow along with other verses that we recite. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Any thoughts? Someone want to share?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for explaining this. This is the recap on the same day happening for me. Today
Acha.
morning only I read this chapter. I mean, not entirely, but till verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, few verses I completed. So, Prabhuji, here in this chapter, uh, the mood of Dhruva Maharaj was uh, very described very uh, like in a poetic mood as well. Like when he got this Ashtasattvika Vikar and comparing this uh, uh, like drinking with eyes and
Mm-hmm.
like doing Dandavat and touching the feet of Karno, Shirodakshay Vishnu.
Mm-hmm.
So, and after that, I know Dhruva Maharaj wanted uh, the association of devotees. He no more wants to have this big like kingdom what he initially
Mm-hmm.
wanted.
Mm.
Then,
Why did
I
Lord
mean,
give?
how did Lord gave this planet Dhruvalok,
Yeah.
and after that also when Dhruva Maharaj has disappeared from his material body, Lord also said that he will come to him. Uh, then, what is the significance of this Dhruva and who is residing there
Yeah.
currently?
We will know answer to your questions after 3 chapters.
Yeah.
This comes when Uttama is in attacked by yakshas and I mean not attacked by, yeah, but was killed by yakshas, and then when Dhruv Maharaj goes, and then there is so much experience explanation given. Yeah, after all, yeah, here we can see the consciousness of Dhruv Maharaj is so much pure, and in fact the Lord also says even after 36,000 years you will still be young and all these things, right? And yeah. There's so much that Lord want to leave instructions for people like us. Uh, yeah, we may have some desires with which we go to the Lord, and the Lord is giving not only that, that is nothing for Him to give. At the same time, He also is giving, so that one is uh, getting what he actually wanted, right? Initially, he wanted that he wanted to get the high position Dhruva, but he Dhruva Loka, but he said, okay, but your father, when he leaves, you take care of the kingdom for so many years to rule. And there's also, yeah, we know that Swayambhuva Manu's sons, Uttanapada, Priyavrata, they also have the duty of expanding the population, right? And then we can also see how Uttama, who came.
Mhm.
There's, as I said, so when we go through next few chapters, we understand the whole thing, what happens,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we appreciate in the end why Lord has really not taken him already in that very moment to Vaikuntha or even the Dhruva planet.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. We look forward to what happens.
Yeah. The series goes on. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji. Yeah, nice prayers. Prabhuji, the Dhruva Loka is part of Vaikuntha, so can Dhruva Maharaj there see the Lord?
There are two understandings here. One is that we are talking about Dhruva Loka, which is beyond the scope of annihilation or dissolution, right? Temporary. There are these dissolutions that happen daily, I mean, of day of Brahma, and there is a full dissolution, and this planet is above that. And it is said that Dhruva Maharaj, yeah, in one of the verses it comes, right, where Lord is saying, okay, you come to me, to the Vaikuntha. So, but what about all these planets? Yeah, so there are these planets which are revolving around this North Pole. So I see that this is just on the edge of the material realm and the spiritual realm. Yeah, there are so many Vaikuntha planets, right? And there is also material creation, material universe, and then this Dhruva Loka is above that, so that it doesn't get affected by dissolution. And also, it's not straight a Vaikuntha planet itself. Yeah.
Yes. Prabhuji, I have heard some say like the Dhruva Loka is same as I forgot the name of the planet where Shirodaksha, Vishnu,
Shvetadipa.
yeah. But
I
I
also read somewhere. I think maybe it will come in one of the purports. I read there.
Mhm. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Thank you.
Prabhuji, one more thing. Is it the same like a North Star? Or I mean, in childhood we have heard, we have seen also. In Bengali we call it Dhruva Tara. So is it the
It is
same
same. It
Dhruva,
is,
North
yeah.
Star, the Dhruva Loka?
Yeah. It is the same.
Okay. So it's visible to us then.
Yeah. It's visible.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay. Then thank you very much. Tomorrow, I don't know whether they will have a session. As far as I know. Adhirasa Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, tomorrow we have the strong program, na? So
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know, in case if we can stream, yeah, we will share the link. Of course, the topic for tomorrow, especially Seema Mataji is doing a small program at her place, and she wanted to spend evening understanding the Guru Tattva. The topic as being tomorrow is Vyasa Bhagavan's appearance, yeah, Guru Purnima. So, yeah, if someone is interested, can join. Okay, then. Thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhabhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, तथा गौर प्रेम।